What's up, people? So I've been looking at a lot of home theater videos and I noticed one thing. They can get really, really expensive. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna show y'all my setup and how I set up everything down there for less than $1,500 right after this. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm Kedrick Foster. I do unboxings and reviews of all the latest tech. So if you like that type of content, hit that like and that subscribe button. So I would consider my home theater pretty much a starter home theater. I don't have anything that's over the top expensive. I did have a couple things I wanted to make sure my theater had. One is I wanted to make sure it was Dobly Atmos, and one I wanted to make sure that it would be easy to upgrade when I was ready to upgrade. So we're gonna go ahead down to the basement. I'm gonna show you everything I got down there, how I have it set up. I'm gonna try to give you an example of how it sounds, how it looks. And then at the end of the video, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give you a breakdown of how much everything costs and how I got everything for less than $1,500. All right, let's go ahead and head down to the basement. So we're gonna start with the projector. The projector is the ViewSonic PX700 HD. Now the projector is one spot. If you do have a little bit extra in your budget and you wanna upgrade this would be a good place to do it. Now this is a 1080p projector. Eventually, I wanna upgrade this into a 4K projector. But the good thing about it is when it is time to upgrade, it's as easy as just swapping out the projector itself, so it's not too involved, too much to get into when you want to go ahead and upgrade this. Okay, so then we're going to go over to the actual speakers. Now I have 4 of these speakers. These are the Polk Audio T15s. Now another spot, if you have a little bit of extra money, this is where you definitely want to upgrade because your sound is just as important as the video, if not more so when you're talking about a home theater system. So if you can reach into those pockets a little deeper, you can definitely stand to upgrade these speakers. But if you're just starting out like I was and you just wanted something to get yourself started, the Polk Audio T15s are definitely a great option. They sound pretty good, especially if you're in a smaller room like this one. Maybe not if you're in a bigger room. I want to say this room is about 16 by 12. So if you're in a room that's any larger than this, you might want to get a little bit more powerful of a speaker. But for, like I said, for smaller rooms, this would do just great. Now these come in a pair. I actually have 2 pairs, 2 for the front and 2 for the rear. So yeah, that's the Polk Audio T15s. And for my center channel, I have the Polk Audio T30. Again, it is important to have all of your speakers come from the same manufacturer. I don't know if you've seen this in a lot of the other videos you watch. I'm sure you watch other videos before this one. If at all possible, make sure your speakers match so they have the same sound signature. When you do eventually upgrade, you can upgrade all your speakers at the same time because you want to definitely try to keep that same sound signature. Now these speakers, like I said, for the room size, they sound pretty good. Before we go back upstairs, I'm going to put something on, hopefully something that I won't get a copyright strike on, but I'll put something on to give you an idea of how everything sounds and how everything looks. And as far as the subwoofer, I'm also using a Polk Audio. Can't remember the model number of this off the top of my head, but I will have links to everything down in the description. All right, so now we're gonna go to the receiver itself. So when I was selecting my receiver, there was kind of 2 main things, well actually 3 things that I want to make sure it had. I wanted to make sure it could support 4K. I wanted to make sure it supported Dolby Atmos. And I also wanted to make sure it supported a 7.2 audio setup, speaker setup. So this right here is the Pioneer VSX834. Now, when you're selecting your receiver, this is one of the things that you want to definitely make sure you take some time to research and make sure you make your right selection. Because like I said, you're going to be upgrading. You want to make sure your receiver is something that's going to be future proof. So if you're going to eventually go up to Dolby Atmos, definitely make sure your receiver is compatible with it. If you don't already have 4K, make sure your receiver is compatible with it if that's something that you plan on upgrading to in the future. All right, so let's talk about the screen. So this is a 100-inch motorized screen. Now, why do you need it to be motorized? You don't, but in my opinion, if this is a room that you want to use on a daily, I would recommend you also having a TV in the room, and let me tell you why. The projector, first of all, most of them are going to have a bulb in it, and if it's something that you're going to be running every day, you're going to run straight through those bulbs, and those bulbs are not cheap. If you're going to be watching TV on a daily basis, it will be beneficial to you to have an actual TV behind your screen so you can retract the screen when you're watching TV, and when it's movie time, you can lower your screen and watch your movie. All right, so I'm gonna get something started up on the screen, give you an idea of what everything looks like, what everything sounds like. Let me find something that can play, and I'll be right back. Oh, just released. I'm gonna go ahead and download it, and we're gonna go through all the details right after this. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, and as you can see, as I'm flying away, the footage is extra smooth, and that's from that 3-axis gimbal, which gives you that buttery smooth footage. Alright, so now that we've been down the basement, I'll go ahead and give you a breakdown of how much everything costs. Now, these things might have been slightly more expensive when I brought them, but the prices I'm going to give you now is what the current pricing is. So, we're going to first start with my receiver. The receiver is the Pioneer VSX 834. So this is a Dobly Atmos receiver. It's 7.2. So that's how I had all those speakers set up down there, and it gives you the ability to put the Atmos speakers in the ceiling. That current price for that is $560. And I started off with this because this is the most expensive item on the list. Now, if you don't necessarily need it to be Dobly Atmos, you can find something a little bit cheaper. Or if you want to have 5.2 versus 7.2, you can also find something a little bit more affordable. So that's the receiver. As far as the speakers, I have the Polk Audio T15s. Now I have 2 pairs of these. They cost about $80 per pair. I have 2 pairs, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Those are going to run you $160 for 4 speakers. Then, as far as my center channel, I have the Polk T30. The Polk T30 is going to run you $80. And as far as the subwoofer, that's also a Polk Audio, and that ran me $150. Also, like I said, I'll have all the links down in the description if you want to check any of these out. And as far as my projector is the ViewSonic PX700 HD, and the current price for that is $440. So like I said, this is another one of the things that I do want to upgrade. I do eventually want to upgrade to a 4K projector, but when I go to swap this out, it's going to be pretty much a simple process. It's pretty much just plug and play. And finally, the projector, the motorized 100-inch projector screen. I couldn't find the exact model that I have, but I found one that does the same thing, the same size. And it's going to be $100 on Amazon. So when you go ahead and add all of that up, it comes in at $1,490. So all that stuff, you can have your whole setup for less than $1,500. Now, of course, you can substitute some stuff. You can make this slightly less expensive. You can make it a little bit more expensive if you want to upgrade some of the components of this. But I feel like this would give you a nice baseline on setting up your theater if you don't want to break the bank, but you also don't want to wait forever trying to save your money up, trying to get what you want. You can start enjoying your space now, like I'm trying to do, and eventually upgrade when your funds come available. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. Again, all the prices for all these products will be down in the description area. And again, if you have any actual questions about any specific item in a video, just go ahead and drop it down in the comment section. I'll be sure to get to it. Alright, so that's pretty much the end of the video. I want to thank y'all for watching. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.